Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Hatboro-Horsham High School Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have y'all here. We have 6 wonderful institutions here to share a little bit more about what each of them do. But before we get things started, I do want to make sure that everyone understands the format and a few quick housekeeping notes from me before we get started with our first institution. So each institution will have 6 minutes to present, but we do want to recommend that you send your questions throughout the entire session. There's no need to hang on to those questions until each presentation concludes. So you can ask those questions at any point throughout the session via that Q&A you see on your screen. Your camera and microphone are off and they'll remain off throughout the entire session. The panelists cannot see or hear you, so that Q&A is your best way to interact with our college representatives today. There's 2 more hours of sessions after this one concludes. If you haven't already signed up for those, feel free to check them out. And know that this session is being recorded and that the recording will be available at strivescan.com/Hatboro-Horsham within the next few days. So if you need to return to any of this information, you'll want to go ahead and head to that site. But now I'll go ahead and I'll pass things off to our first institution, which is Bennington College.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Liz Hackett. I am one of the Senior Assistant Directors of Admissions at Bennington College, located in southwestern Vermont. As you can see by this photo, this is what our campus really looks like right now in the middle of autumn. We are about 400 acres of land nestled in the Green Mountains. We only actively use about 40 acres of those land or so, and that's what you'll be walking to and from on class. Or to get to class. But otherwise, we are surrounded by a lot of beauty and nature. We have about 700 students at Bennington, and with that, we have a 10-to-1 student faculty ratio, and there are about 13 students on average in your classes. Except as you get older and you get a little bit more niche in what you're studying, your class sizes will dwindle a little bit. You might be in a class with just another student and yourself, and that's called a tutorial, and it functions more like an independent study. And feel free to ask questions about that later. We are about 3 hours from New York City and about 3.5 hours from Boston and about 4 hours from Montreal. We are 45 minutes away from Albany, New York, which is the closest place to catch a train or get on a plane and go anywhere you'd like. So there are 2 things that really make Bennington stand out from all of those other small liberal arts colleges out there. And that's the way that we approach our academics, which we refer to as the plan, and also the way that we approach internships, which we refer to as fieldwork term. And I'll tell you more about that as we go on. So the plan is meant to be something that you create for yourself. Bennington believes that the most valuable education a student can have is one that you're actively engaged in shaping yourself. We also are a laboratory for innovation. So that means we have very few restrictions. In fact, there's only 1 required course of all Bennington students, and it's really to help you set yourself up for success as a Bennington student. Otherwise, we want you to study anything and everything that is meaningful and significant to you. So we offer you 45 areas of study to use and combine in any way that makes sense to you. Perhaps you want to study 2 areas of study separately. Perhaps you want to combine 2 to 6 areas and kind of see how they intersect and see how they interact. The point is, you get to decide what you want to study and how you want to study it. I'll go through the plan year by year very briefly for you. So in your first year, we just want you to explore, check out the things you know you love, try something new that you've never tried before. And then into your second year, you will start to decide what it is that you want to focus on in your academic plan at Bennington. So you're going to write something called your plan essay, in which you justify why you should study the combination of areas that you've included. And then you're going to turn that into the dean's office, and they'll turn around and give you an academic advising committee committee comprised of 3 faculty members that each represent the areas of study on your plan. So you always have advising support, even though you are in the driver's seat of your education. In your junior year, you get to redo your plan. You get to rewrite it, you get to add things in, take things out, and you actually get to do the thing that you've been writing and learning about for the past year. And then going into your senior year, you have an opportunity for senior advanced work that is a combination of a dissertation style paper and also a project. And there's some really cool projects that our students come up with. The next thing I want to mention is fieldwork term. It's a 7-week opportunity that is required every single year between January and February. There are no classes on campus during that time, and students can go anywhere in the world and try a career. So this is your opportunity to kind of test drive your ideas, see what careers you like, see which maybe don't fit so well with you, and do that all before you graduate. Most of our students graduate with about 10 to 12 internships on their resume before they even get to their first job. Here are some examples of where students have gone for their fieldwork terms, and I really do mean you can go anywhere in the world. Briefly, I will mention that we have a very unique housing community at Bennington. As you can see, these are not traditional style dorms. These are houses. These are colonial houses and some Cape Cod style houses as well. They house between 20 and 40 students, per house. So it is a small housing community. And with that, you get to know your peers really well. They're all co-ed. There's mixture of students in every single grade year and in areas of study. Every single house comes with a kitchen and a fireplace in a living room, which is very cozy, especially as the weather gets a little bit cooler. So as you can see, that's a living room. I'll show you a couple other photos of living spaces as well. Beautiful views. So how do you apply to Bennington? We are on the Common App, and we also have our own application called the Dimensional application, which I can tell you more about. We are test optional and have been since 2006, so you don't have to send in your scores if you don't want to, and we will accept them if you do want to send them in. We have a strongly recommended interview process, and I'm happy to share more info about that. And I want to mention that we have merit-based aid and need-based aid. Need-based aid is dependent on the FAFSA and the CSS profile, and merit-based aid depends on your transcript. If you have good grades, there's a good chance you'll get some money from us. So thank you so much for listening more about Bennington College. I'll put my contact information in the chat, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for sharing a little bit more about Bennington College. Next up, we have St. Vincent College.
Hello, I'm going to attempt to share my screen, I guess. Bear with me. Nope, I don't think I could share my screen.
You should be able to just click the share screen at the bottom.
I don't have a share screen at the bottom. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Okay. So St. Vincent is a liberal arts institution. This is my information. If you ever wanted to get in contact with me, that is a text number. I will share my email after the presentation is over, or at the conclusion of it. So as you can see, this is where St. Vincent is, that big blue dot. And we are about 4.5 hours away from Philadelphia in your area or your region. We are about an hour away from Pittsburgh, and we are about 15 minutes away from Greensburg, if you've heard of that. It's more like a college city state where there are lots of businesses where you can eat or shop at. It's very nice. I know this is a lot to look at, and I apologize for this verbal or word throw up, in other words. But at St. Vincent College, we do have 50 or plus majors and minors that you can choose from. So if you do not understand, if you do not know what you want to get involved with, don't worry about that. All of our accepted students do get an academic advisor, and that academic advisor helps plan out their 4 years of study. So whatever you'd like to do, don't worry, that academic advisor will show you and figure out what classes you need to take to get to that desired major. So at St. Vincent, we have about 1,800 undergraduate students that are on campus. Our ratio is 11-to-1. We do have a lot of faculty that help us with our enrollment. We are 220 acres of land. We only use about 10 acres of this land. So there's a lot of hiking trails, biking trails that you can use at your disposal. We are a Division III athletic college. We do have 13 Division III men's sports and 12 Division III women's sports. We do have, in addition to these sports, we do have intramurals that are separate from Division III. So if you're not feeling like you want to do a Division III sport, but you would still like to do your sport in college or on a college level, we do have intramural sports such as basketball, kickball, spike ball, soccer, volleyball, just to name a few. So if you are thinking about that, we can help you with that. So you're thinking, what are the requirements for an application? So at St. Vincent, we do have our own application on our website, which is on the right underneath the application requirements. We also are on Common App, so whichever works for you, we will accept any of the above. We are rolling admissions, so we will accept your application at any time. Though if you do apply before December 1st, we will waive any sort of application fee that you may endure or encounter. So we do offer a lot of grants and scholarships from St. Vincent. So we have a merit-based scholarship program. So we take your GPA, your high school curriculum, your test scores or test optional option, which I'll get to in a moment. And that's how we give you a merit-based scholarship from us. So our merit-based scholarship ranges from 17.5 at the low end to 29.5 at the high end, right? With this merit-based scholarship, that is separate from any other grants that you can apply for. So we do have other opportunities for financial aid on our website, which I will send you the link because all of you will be working with me. So I will send you the link to all of our financial aid scholarships and grants that we offer. As well as when you submit the FAFSA, that is additional money that you get on top of the merit scholarship. So there is a lot of money out there that we offer or can get you in contact with. Test optional. So a lot of it, I know COVID was hard and a lot of places couldn't offer test scores. So we are test optional now as of 2019. So if you do not want to submit your test scores or you do not have test scores, that is okay. We just ask that you give us a personal statement. So what do you want us to know about you? That is the question. It's very broad. We just want a little bit of information from you. As you can see, we do have a lot of professional school acceptances. Going back to that faculty, so we have a lot of faculty that are in the field that they're teaching in or have those connections so they can help you with getting into an internship or getting your foot in the door. I believe that medical acceptance rate for schools has gone up. 100% of the individuals that went on to med school that took that exam actually passed it. So that should be about 90% instead of 81%. So I invite you to visit us. We do have a very well-established website. It's not that difficult to use. If you do want to visit our campus, we are doing up to a $400 reimbursement process. So if you want to come out and visit us, we just ask that you save all your receipts, gas mileage, hotels, food, and we will reimburse you when you get onto campus. So please do not hesitate to come out and visit us. This is all of my contact information. So please, please, please email me, call me, text me with any questions you have. There are no dumb questions when it comes to admission. So please let me know if I can be of service to you. It was a pleasure talking and speaking with you, and I hope to get in contact with you soon. Thank you.
Great, and thank you so much, Jerry, for sharing a little bit more about St. Vincent. Before I pass things off to our next institution, I do want to make another quick plug for that Q&A. And so if you have any questions for Bennington or St. Vincent that you've already heard from, or about the 4 institutions you're about to hear from, don't forget that you can send those questions at any point through that Q&A. So at this point, we'll go ahead and pass things off to Bryn, Athyn College.
All right, and okay, I'm ready to go. Hello, everyone. My name is Felipe Ranjo. I am an admissions counselor from Bennington College, so I'm just going to do my best to give the main ideas of what we are here as a school in 6 minutes. So what is Bennington College? We are a private Christian liberal arts school that was founded in the year 1877, so we've been open for 140 years and counting. In terms of distance from Hatboro-Horsham High School, we're actually very local to you guys. We are about a 20-minute drive from Hatboro-Horsham High School, and we've had students from Hatboro-Horsham have come through. Be students here in the past at Bennington College and currently right now. So we are about a 30-minute drive from Center City of Philadelphia. We're right next to the Willow Grove Mall and such. We at Bennington College take pride being a small school, close-knit community, offering a lot of ways for students to get involved and have fun and make the best of their experience, whether it's sports, extracurriculars, student employment, internships, dorm life, and such. The 3 things that make us unique here at Bennington College are, first, size. We're known for being a small school that's very easy to access, students not get lost, and small class sizes. We have an average class size of 13 to 14 students. We have a teacher to student ratio of 6:1. Students who come into Bennington College will not be a number. You will have easy access to people around to easily make friends with and have help from your professors to make sure you feel a part of a community, feel welcomed, and you feel that you have all the support you need to be pushed to succeed in all that you do and what you want to study and what you want to do in your career. Number 2, we are known for our religious education. We're connected with a Christian denomination known as the New Church. We have no mission statement, meaning you don't have to be of a certain religion or background to come here. All students of all backgrounds are welcome here at Bennington College. The biggest takeaway for our religious education here at Bennington College is for students to develop the best version of yourself, using your best version of yourself to help your neighbor, and to find for yourself what your big purpose is, and figure out what is exactly, how does exactly what you want to study and work in your career from your college degree fulfill your bigger purpose? How do you feel fulfilled and happy with what you want to do for the rest of your life? And 3, we're known for our academics. We take pride in having an educational environment where students not only can succeed in what they want to study and what they want to work at, but being fulfilled in what they want to do for the rest of their lives, to feel fulfilled and happy for the rest of their lives. Lifelong satisfaction. How does that work here at Bennington College? You'll have easy access to professors that will give you many chances and opportunities to take your degree outside in the workforce. We make a requirement for students to do internships for college credit as early as their freshman year. Dip your feet wet in, try to build as much job experience, get more clarity as to how your degree is going to help you be successful in the job and workforce and such. And on top of that, you'll have professors that have many years of job experience working in the fields that they teach, whether it's business, biology, and psychology, while also teaching college courses in the subjects that they are experts in for many years. So you'll have access to a well-rounded teacher in education that will push you to be successful as a student and successful as a future worker in life and such. And the great thing is you don't have to declare a major until the end of your second year at the latest, which means if you want to figure out what is your purpose in life, you could go through that, given you keep your grades up, take classes you're supposed to take. You can still graduate on time in 4 years without being penalized. And you can learn more about our majors at bernathen.edu/academics. So if you're interested in applying to us here at Bennington College, we are a free application, no strings attached, no harm, no foul. We are available on the Common App and on our school website, bernathen.edu. We are rolling admissions, so if you submit your application to us, have everything you need, along with giving us a copy of your high school transcript, a list of your senior courses, a letter of recommendation, and your essay, we can get a decision out to you as soon as possible, as early as within 24 to 48 hours after you submit it to us. And on top of that, we're also test optional. We're test optional because obviously with COVID, it's hard to take tests. If you have a test scores, if it helps, great. We'd be glad to consider it. If not, we won't hold that against you. We'll be reviewing your application based on your academic record, essay, and your grades and such. We have an early action deadline of Saturday, November 15th. So if you submit your application, apply to us, get a decision for November 15th, you'll be guaranteed some form of merit money from us. And also, if you submit your FAFSA with Bennington College listed, we can get a financial package out to you as early as Christmas time. So that way, you don't have to wait for a long time to get all the information you need from us to see if we are the school for you or not. And what makes us unique here in our application process is that we, the admissions counselors, including myself, would talk to the students throughout the application process and beyond, just to see if we align with what you're looking for in the school, and guide you through as to if you see if Bennington College is the school for you. If you want to go pursue Bennington education, we'll work with you to make it all work out. We're a safety net. We're here to help students out every step of the way, regardless of what you want to do in your college search. If you're interested in visiting us, we have events, virtual and in person. We have a fall open house taking place on Sunday, October 24th. You can sign up for it through our visit page here on this link I provided. We also have in-person tours from Mondays to Fridays and occasionally on Saturdays. And we also have virtual tours through Zoom that take place every Thursday at 4 p.m. So if you feel like you want to experience Bennington College, see what the community is like here, don't hesitate to sign up for us, and we'd be glad to welcome you on board. And if you have any questions, if you want to reach out to a counselor, here's the general information for the admissions team here at Bennington College. You can email us at admissions@brynathyn.edu. You can call us at our general number 267-502-6000. You can go to our website. If you want to follow Bennington College's life and what the experience is like, you can go to our social media handles, where it's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And what I'll also do is I'll put in the chat box my personal contact information for Bennington, so that way, if you want to reach out to a counselor, you want to get some general questions or talk to a familiar face, you're more than welcome to talk with me. So yes, that's pretty much my presentation. Thank you so much, everyone. I am Felipe Ranjo, admissions counselor from Bennington College, and I hope to be in touch with you and hope to see you all on campus one day. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Felipe, for sharing a little bit more about Bryn Athyn. Appreciate it. Next up, we have Rider University.
Alrighty, thank you, Isabella. So hi there, everybody. My name is Connor Keeley, and I am the Pennsylvania representative for Rider University. I also live in Pennsylvania and grew up just around the corner from Hatboro-Horsham. So happy to speak with all of you today. Some of you may be familiar with Rider and some of you may not, but certainly once you get to know us is definitely certainly to love us. So we are a campus, great and small. I say this to students all the time. We are a smaller school with about 4,000 undergraduate students, but we are also a Division I school. We also have one of the most leading programs in musical theater, as well as a world-class choir college. So tons of really big, great things at a small, nice university in Lawrenceville, New Jersey, just across the bridge from Pennsylvania. 1 in 4 of our students are first generation to college. So really everyone can feel at home here. There's lots of students with similar backgrounds. You can look forward to about 17 students in the average Rider class. So it might be even smaller than some of the classes that you have at Hatboro-Horsham. We have students from 36 different states, 2 US territories, and 53 different countries. So you're really going to get to meet students from all over the place. You'll see on the screen there, the bottom right corner is kind of a good idea of where we're at, situated right between 2 great American cities, Philadelphia and New York, which our students certainly take advantage of both professionally and for internships, for fun and all of that kind of stuff. And then of course, the Jersey Shore is just down the road, but you all know that already. All right, so I'll go to the next slide here. And I'll echo Isabella, if you guys have any questions, please put those in the Q&A box, and myself and my colleagues will be happy to answer any of your questions. So this slide is kind of going into a little bit about our academic majors. So we have everything from arts and music to business to communications, computer science, cybersecurity. I won't say that we have everything, but we have close to everything. We are a very innovative school in terms of responding to the current job market with newer majors like sports management, global supply chain management, and arts entertainment industries management. But we still have some of our very common majors like accounting, education, and business as well. So here's a list of our overwhelming amount of majors. So if you see something that you like or that you're interested in, feel free to put a question in the Q&A. We also have a number of fifth-year degree or fifth-year graduate degree options. Lots of those in business. We also have a guaranteed admission with Thomas Jefferson University's graduate program in athletic training. So engaged learning is something that sort of sets Rider apart from other schools, and you must have 6 credits in engaged learning in order to graduate. So that could fall under any of these 6 categories of service, collaboration, creative arts, global outlook, leadership, and hands-on experiences. So think of internships, think of studying abroad, think of being in one of our theater productions. These are all opportunities that will count for your 6 credits needed to graduate. And 100% of our students will complete at least 2 engaged learning experiences. And really the way I would define engaged learning is learning that's happening outside of the traditional classroom. So the Cranberry investment is something that I absolutely have to tell you all about. I'm very excited to tell all of you about. 9 out of 10 of our Rider alumni are employed or in graduate school or a volunteering organization like the Peace Corps, or pursuing their PhD somewhere within about 6 months of graduating. Those students that for whatever reason are not finding success because they're in a competitive market or what have you, we do guarantee this Cranberry investment where you can come back to Rider and either have 9 additional credits of undergraduate coursework or a paid 6-month internship. So we do want to make sure that students are successful, not just when you come here to Rider, but also when you graduate as well. So like I said in the beginning, we are a campus both great and small. So what really makes us great is our people, our students, and we have some of really excellent student athletes. And one of them is Stella Johnson, who we are very proud of, and who was drafted into the WNBA upon graduation. So here are some important dates for you seniors in the room. You definitely want to get your paper and pen and take down these dates. So November 15th is our early action deadline. It's also our one and only deadline for our BFA and BA musical theater programs and the BFA program in acting and film. We actually have a semester in LA for those students who are interested in acting for film, also our other students as well. And that's my timer going off there. So I might be a little bit ahead of time. So let me try to get in some other things. Dates, definitely important, but not as interesting as Instagram and TikTok. So our students are generating a lot of the content on there. So you won't have to see my face all the time. You'll be able to see our students' lovely, bright faces. So follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Also, if you have any questions regarding admissions, regarding applying, please reach out to those, to that contact information there. So that's admissions and financial aid. We really want you to apply. So definitely don't pay an application fee if you have a fee waiver, and I'll be happy to read your application. And I think I have one more slide with my contact info, but of course I can put that in the chat. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and I'll pass it back to Isabella. Thanks so much for listening.
Great, and thank you so much, Connor. You were a little ahead on your timer, so I'm glad we got to sneak in a little bit more Rider information in there. And thanks for sharing. Once again, before I pass things off to our next institution, you're going to hear me make another quick plug for that Q&A. So don't forget that you do not need to hold your questions until the end of the session. Feel free to send them at any point through that Q&A. But from here, we'll head on over to Moravian University. Oops, and you are on mute, Allison. So
Just noticed that. Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Allison Remsing. I am the Director of Recruitment here at Moravian College, and I'm going to get things started by sharing my screen. Okay, so one thing I am super excited to tell everyone is that we are now Moravian University. We were founded in 1742, and just this past July, we changed from Moravian College to Moravian University. And really what this means is that we are really invested in our future. Okay, something went wrong. There we go. Okay. So we are located in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So we are about an hour north of Hatboro-Horsham. So it is not a far drive. We're in the Lehigh Valley, and the Lehigh Valley is the third largest metropolitan area outside of Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. We are very proud of our academics at Moravian. We have over 70 different areas of study. We have right around 2,000 undergraduate students. The student to faculty ratio is 11:1, so you're going to get a lot of personalized attention. And our average class size is 17. So again, we're definitely not an institution where you're going to get lost in the shuffle. We do have a lot of students that will come on into Moravian undecided, and that is okay. We're really here to help you find your pathway. With our small class sizes and the ability of our students to work with a very close advising team, you are really going to build relationships here at Moravian. Outside of the classroom, we do offer over 80 clubs and organizations. So everything from affinity groups to Greek life, major specific honor societies, a very active student government and activities planning council. We really have something for every student to get involved in. And if we don't currently have it, it only takes you and a few other students to go in front of our student government, get a charter, get funding, and get everything going. We also have 22 Division III varsity sports, and we have a lot of school spirit. So our students do come out and they support the student athletes at all of the different sporting events. We are a very residential campus. We have 5 different first-year residence halls at Moravian. 2 of them are totally traditional, where it's co-ed by floor and you're in a smaller room. We have 1 all-male dorm and 1 all-female dorm on our historic campus. And we also have 1 dorm that is all single bedroom suites and houses freshmen through seniors. So there really is different options for everyone. After freshman year, our students do move into upperclassmen housing. So there's townhouses, apartments, and suite style living. We also have 4 dining options on campus, 2 traditional dining halls, and then 2 cafes where it's more of a grab and go situation. And we do have Starbucks products. So I know students tend to like that. We're also very close to a Wawa and also close to a Dunkin' Donuts, and those are popular with our students as well. As I said, we were founded in 1742. So this is one of our historic buildings. Fun fact about this building, George Washington used it as a hospital during the Revolutionary War. So supposedly there are some revolutionary ghosts in that building. Right now it houses our music department and it is super beautiful. So while we were founded in 1742, we're making sure that our students do receive a state-of-the-art education. This picture depicts our virtual cadaver lab, which is in our $23 million health science and rehab science building. Speaking of technology, all of our students do receive a MacBook Pro, an iPad, and an Apple Pen. That's yours all 4 years. You take that with you when you graduate. And we actually get that to students during their senior year of high school once they've made the commitment to attend Moravian in the spring. The whole campus is wireless, so students are able to really do their schoolwork from wherever. Additionally, all of our faculty and staff are on the same platform, so it just makes things a lot easier for everyone. Hands-on experience is something that we pride ourselves on. We have the ability to give our students internships, study abroad experiences, community service experiences. Our nursing students are in clinical starting sophomore year, which is early, and then our education students are getting out into the classroom for field placement starting second semester freshman year. We really think it's important that you have that hands-on experience before you enter the workforce. We also have research opportunities for our students available starting freshman year. We have summer research opportunities where you work one-on-one with a faculty member on research, and you actually get paid a stipend for that. And then we also have senior honors projects where students do research that they're leading and they are guided by faculty. We just started the Elevate program this past fall. We are thrilled about it. With some of the things to remember about our Elevate experience, we are looking at these 4 different areas where we want you to gain some competencies, and we are tracking everything on a badging system. For students that earn all of the badges and maintain a 2.75 GPA upon graduation, we are guaranteeing employment within 6 months of graduation, or we'll start helping you pay your school loans back. Like I said, 98% of our students are employed or in graduate school within 6 months of graduation, and 95% of our students are graduating in 4 years. The admissions process at Moravian is easy. We do not have an application fee. We are on the common application, or we have our own Moravian specific application. What we need is a transcript, a letter of recommendation, a writing sample, and we are test optional. Nursing students, we do require those test scores, but for all other subject areas, you do not need to submit test scores. And we are on a rolling basis, so we're reviewing applications right now. 100% of our students receive some sort of financial aid, and 100% of our students are receiving merit scholarships. So we work very hard to make it as affordable as possible. And wanted to quickly plug our social media as well as visiting campus. We are doing campus visits Monday through Friday, and we also have an open house coming up on October 30th. I'll put my contact information in the chat, and I hope to hear from you soon and see you on campus.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Great to learn a little bit more about Moravian. And next, we'll head on over to our final institution of the session, which will be Drexel University.
Thank you so much. Awesome. Hey, everybody. My name is Megan Kilcullen. I'm one of the assistant directors of undergraduate admissions at Drexel. I'm actually your admissions rep. I work specifically with students who go to school in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. So as students of Hatboro-Horsham, you are all a part of my population, which is fabulous. If you'd like to scan this QR code, that will actually put you in contact with me. You'll fill out a form and then receive an email from me in a couple of days. Actually, probably tomorrow, which is super cool. So feel free to do that. I'll tell you a little bit about what I do at Drexel, and then we'll talk pretty briefly about what's happening. On the admissions team, again, we are a territory-based admissions office at Drexel. So we work specifically with students from our own different areas. So again, you are all my students, which is really fun. I love, having relationships with all of you, watching you, learn about Drexel, and then maybe show up on campus one day. It's really fun to see your journey. And we're also the individuals who read the applications that come in from our specific territories. So just to emphasize, this isn't your only opportunity to connect with Drexel. We are having campus visits in person, virtually, a variety of opportunities to connect with us. So definitely feel free to come to campus at any point if you're interested. So truly at Drexel, we refer to ourselves as a global comprehensive research institution in Philadelphia, really with 2 main focuses. One is experiential learning, and the other is civic engagement. So the idea of leaving the classroom to get experience and to learn, and then also to really be engaged in the city of Philadelphia. That's really important to us at Drexel. We're a pretty big institution. We have a little over 14,000 undergraduate students, graduate programs. We have a law school, a medical school. Our students, faculty, and professional staff are coming from all over the country, all over the world. We're offering over 80 undergraduate majors, hundreds of minors, accelerated and bridge programs. Our students can go on to get their master's, go to law school at Drexel, a variety of different options, get involved in research, have access to professors and what they're up to. I want to talk a little bit too about the unique curriculum at Drexel, because it's definitely something that's a little different. Our students have the opportunity to pair their academic experience with a variety of real world experiences. And one of those experiences is our world-renowned co-op program. So Drexel students have the opportunity to test drive their careers during their time at Drexel. So there are 6-month-long work experiences that are built into the curriculum at Drexel. So our students are out working for 6 months at a time across the country, across the world, in Philadelphia, perhaps in Montgomery County, where all of you are from potentially. You could go internationally to do this work experience, but essentially it's 6 months of full-time work experience. As you can see from the bottom of this slide, a lot of those opportunities during co-op are paid. The average salary for a 6-month-long co-op at Drexel is a little over $19,000. So our students are making significant money during that 6-month-long work experience. It's important to note too that our students are also not taking classes during that time. They are fully immersed in this work experience. They are getting to know, their colleagues. They're doing projects. They're not going to get coffee for the bosses and getting dry cleaning or doing all the things you may be thinking interns are doing. That is not the case. Our co-ops at Drexel are comprehensive, full-time, and really set students up nicely for their careers. Some of our students are getting up to 1.5 years worth of work experience through our 5-year 3 co-op program. I did mention in the beginning of my little presentation how important Drexel's relationship is to Philadelphia. We like to say that Philly wouldn't be Philly without Drexel, and Drexel wouldn't be Drexel without Philadelphia. We're in a really unique position or location. We're a university city, so right next to University of Pennsylvania, a ton of college students right in the Philadelphia area. So it's a really exciting and fun city to be in as a young person. It's accessible, walkable, and our students, again, are very engaged in city life, all across city life, whether that's in the food scene, community service, supporting our incredible sports teams, the arts, whatever that is, our students are involved and engaged. Awesome. So I will definitely talk a little bit about the application process in my next couple of minutes. At Drexel, we're on 2 applications, the Common App and the Coalition app. Our Pennsylvania residents can apply with a fee waiver, so that's fabulous. And this list right here really makes up a complete application at Drexel. What I will say is sometimes your major, we may require different things of you depending on the major that you're applying to, like a portfolio or an additional supplemental essay. So just be attuned to that. I will note too that we are test optional at Drexel. You do not have to submit your standardized test scores. There is one exception. We have a BSMD early assurance program into Drexel Medical School, and that program we will still require students to submit standardized testing. But other than that program, it is test optional and totally up to you if you want to submit it. If you do not submit your test scores, your application will not be looked at any differently. So just to emphasize that, dragons make the best friends, and I believe that through and through. Connect with us on all forms of social media. That is my timer, and I see you, Isabella. So again, thank you for tuning in today. I'm your contact person, so you can take a little picture of my email address. Be in touch. I am here to help you and support you through this process. Thanks again for listening.
Great. Thank you so much, Megan, for sharing a little bit more about Drexel as well. At this point, I'll invite all of our presenters to turn their video back on, and we have time for one quick round robin question, lightning round for the group before we conclude our session. We'll go ahead and have everyone answer in the order that you all presented. The question for the group will be, what's your biggest takeaway about your institution for our students in this session today?
So at Bennington, I would say it's the opportunity to create your own challenging and engaging educational pathway combined with experiential learning through our career exploration program.
I would like to say that for St. Vincent, it's the ability to create your own identity. So at St. Vincent, we do have a lot of majors and minors, but we are a small campus. So you have the opportunity to create your own identity and kind of figure out who you are as an individual before stepping into the workforce.
And for me, I would say that the most memorable thing is a personalized education. Here at Bennington College, we provide an education where you'll make an investment in being surrounded by supportive and dedicated professionals, whether it's professors, staff, and students that will push you and drive you to feel at home, feel ready to succeed in class, and be ready to succeed in your career goals beyond. And you'll have a good support community with you in and outside the classroom.
Since I'm talking to fellow PA folks, I'll say that my one takeaway is that even though Ryder's in New Jersey, it's in a beautiful part of New Jersey. There are beautiful things about New Jersey, just like any other beautiful state. And there's lots of different things that you can study, and really anything that you want to accomplish, Ryder can help you to get there. And good luck with the search process.
I would say at Moravian, we really have this unique ability to blend old with new, making sure that our students understand the past but are moving forward, and that's through all of our different programs as well as all of the technology we have on campus. One thing that I do think makes us unique, and it's a fun fact, which I didn't get to before, we are a dog-friendly campus, so you will see faculty and staff across campus with their dogs. If you don't like dogs, there is a sign on the door of any room that will have a dog, so that you can be aware of that. But I think we just have a very tight-knit community where our students really feel supported by both faculty, staff, and the president.
At Drexel, I think the biggest takeaway is definitely Drexel's connection to industry. Our co-op program has been in existence for over 100 years, so Drexel University has been placing students in industry for a really long time. So Drexel's definitely developed really incredible relationships with industries, particularly in Philadelphia, but across the country and across the world.
Wonderful. Thank you all so much for sharing that. Quick final fun fact about your institution, biggest takeaway before we conclude here today. So a big thank you to each of our presenters for sharing a little bit more about their institution, and a huge thank you to all of you for joining us as well. A note that there'll be a quick 5-question survey that will appear on your screen as the session concludes. If you don't mind filling that out, it's helpful for us to get some feedback as we continue to plan events such as these. A reminder that there's 2 more hours of sessions, with the next one starting in about 10 minutes here. So feel free to check those out if you haven't already. And that this session was recorded, and the recording will be available at strivescan.com/Hatboro-Horsham within the next few days. So if you need to return to any of this information, the recording is the best way for you to do so. So a huge thank you to all of you once again for joining. A huge thank you to all of our presenters, and I hope that everyone has a wonderful rest of their day.